Hello everyone, Ari Bluestein here, the CEO and executive producer of the Sports Fan Base Network, and welcome to another edition of SFBN Classics. We're going to keep it on the hardwood with basketball, and the game that you saw earlier in the week between Del Val Charter and Newman Goretti took place on February 26th, and then the next day we covered the private school, the PAISAA state championship between Westtown and Germantown Academy. And this was really a phenomenal game. And this is a game where Germantown Academy was the underdog, but they gave Westtown all they can handle. And Westtown had two current NBA players with Mo Bamba and Cam Reddish. And Germantown Academy came out and they were not scared. They had really good college players on the team, including Evan Eric Longino, a phenomenal player who spent some time at Westchester, and they had a couple of other Division I and Division II players on that team as well. And this was just a really good game, and of course it featured two current NBA players, so we had to make sure we showed this one on SFBN Classics. Enjoy the game. You're watching the Sports Fan Base Network, presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
Inside William Penn Charter for game number 2 of our doubleheader this afternoon. It's Germantown Academy taking on Westtown in the PAISAA Boys Basketball State Championship. As we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth, let's take a look at the starting lineup. First for GA, we mentioned, led by the Germantown Academy guard Devon Goodman, averaging 19 points a game, but it's not just him. Evan Eric Longino and also Kyle Mccluskey, each of those players also averaging just around 15 points a game.
That is a big-time scoring team. 4 consecutive Interact titles, last done in 1943. This league has been around a long, long time, as has head coach Jim Fenerty in his 28th year.
And on the other side for the Moose of Westtown, Germantown Academy, if they want to have a chance, it's simple. They better find a way to slow down number 11.
Absolutely. Mo Bamba, Mohammad Bamba, is not only big in size, but he is a big-time player, rated number 4 in the nation as a junior, and he is close to 7 feet tall.
An outstanding guard, just about every, or an outstanding player, excuse me, just about every team in the country looking at Mohammad Bamba and hoping to get the big man on their campus in a couple of years.
And by the way, he has a 7'8" wingspan, which is much more than his height. That's 8 inches above his height. Very unusual for a human being. It's normally the same.
John Murphy, our head official this afternoon, Chris Cintrone and Jim McMahon will also have the whistles in hand and in mouth as we get set for the PAISAA State Championship. The rowdy Westtown fans just over our right shoulder, they'll be on their feet all day.
And here we go.
Kyle Mccluskey in the midcourt circle, set to tip it off against Mohammad Bamba. Tip-off controlled by Westtown, and it's Hunter to the rim. Gets the second chance. Tip in. 2-0 Westtown in front as Najah Hunter gets the bucket.
Hunter with his own tip with the left hand.
Goodman swings around to the top of the key, now underneath. Blocked by Bamba. Ooh. And Mo Bamba keeps it in bounds. Long down court pass, beautifully done, and a layup good for 2. Cameron Reddish.
Wow, that was impressive work by Bamba, blocking the shot, spin move, and a wicked outlet pass.
4-0 our score. Goodman swings around on the perimeter. And this is Kyle Mccluskey on the right elbow. Underneath to the rim, blocked, but they're going to call a goaltend. Bamba was able to block this shot, but it'll be a goaltend and give 2 points to Bailey Whitman for GA.
Interesting call there. I thought the ball was below the rim, but again, we're on a tough angle. Not again, but saying it for the first time, we're on a tough angle here, so maybe the ball was above the rim. I don't know.
Mohammad Bamba inbounds and gives it across on the right side for Reddish. Now across the midcourt stripe, Randolph. Bamba swings underneath. Spin move for Hunter. Left it a little short. And the rebound controlled by Bailey Whitman.
Young Bamba has been compared in skill level and style to Dikembe Mutombo.
Mccluskey, some high praise for the junior. Goodman,
Yes, it is.
head fake, poked away, gets it back. Swings right corner. And this is Longino. No good, left the jumper a little short, but the rebound controlled. Goodman for 3. And Germantown takes their first lead of the day. 5-4 our score. Reddish underneath to Bamba, tipped away and stolen. Mccluskey tipped away, loose ball. Goodman gets to it. Devon Goodman dribbles at the midcourt stripe. Works over to the left elbow. Guarded by Reddish. Back this side. Gives off to the top. Alter now down in the post. Little turnaround shot. Good for 2. The lefty finish from Kyle Mccluskey.
This is a very good GA team from a long line of venerable GA teams.
Bolden underneath. Layup no good from Hunter. GA in transition. Longino has it poked away. Right corner. 3 from Reddish. Left short. Rebound controlled by Hunter. Can't get that to go either. And Longino the rebound. Devon Goodman, the point guard, will bring it across the midcourt stripe. But Goodman is a score-first guard, averaging 19 a game. Pops a 3. Out of bounds and back to Westtown.
The presence of Bamba out there altered the shot. He was way out on top there.
Jair Bolden for Westtown will dribble across the logo. 4:55 to play in the first quarter, 7-4, GA in front. Underneath, Bamba has it poked away and stolen by Mccluskey. The big man leads the fast break. Nice pass across, layup too strong and no good from Alter. Across the midcourt stripe with it is Reddish for 3, no good. Goodman and Bamba go after the rebound, and it's GA basketball. 4:31 to play here in quarter number 1. Germantown in red with a 3-point lead, and they bring it across the logo. Goodman being guarded by Bolden. Swung around at the top. This is Mccluskey. Over to Goodman. Mccluskey once more. Gives to the top. Here's a drive from Whitman. And good for 2.
Nice stop and pop by Bailey Whitman. Second basket for him.
Bolden across the midcourt stripe. Guarded tightly by Goodman. Randolph swings over on the left elbow for Reddish. Now a pop mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound controlled by Whitman. Gives left side. And peeling back is Gabriel Alter. He'll give to Devon Goodman. 3:20 to play here in the first quarter. Goodman. Foul called away from the basketball. The foul is on Naja Hunter. That's his first personal, team's first as well. It's the first foul of the game.
Yes, it is.
Devon Goodman to inbound with 2 buildings in front of him.
And a backboard.
On the right elbow, it's Goodman getting the pass back from Whitman. Longino pops a 3, and good. Eric Longino knocks it down, and it's 12-4. Germantown in front. Timeout, Westtown. Cap, we've seen a lot of upsets over the last 24 hours, going the District 12 championships last night.
That was great.
And then earlier on today as well. Could there be another one in the making?
Well, I would think that Germantown Academy is possibly the underdog here, but they are on a par with this team, and certainly in the first quarter they've proven that they can stay with Westtown. They are not afraid of the big man, not yet anyway.
Kyle Mccluskey has played him incredibly well. He's poked the ball away from him about 3 or 4 times, and the other thing that I've noticed, and feel free to correct me, but I haven't seen a really natural finish from Najah Hunter at the rim as of yet. He does a great job getting into the lane, but once you get in, it's not a natural finish. You know what I mean?
It's somewhat awkward, and maybe that's just nerves early on, but we'll see what happens here. I was watching Jim Fennerty, interestingly enough, after all these years, 28 years at Germantown Academy, and prior to that he was at Egan, and he's still so into the game. He's so animated and full of energy. It's great to see that. I used to ref in this league about 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. I remember him well.
Bolden being guarded tightly by Whitman, and a kickball violation is Goodman.
We just saw him clapping and really into the game. He hasn't lost anything.
Bamba to inbound.
Certainly.
Boy, how do you guard Mo Bamba on the inbound?
I was just going to say, Coach looks really short next to Bamba, but I guess everybody does.
Here's a long 3 that's pure from Brandon Randolph. 12-7, 2:20 to play in the quarter. Devon Goodman gives to Mccluskey. To the rim, Mccluskey has it poked away and stolen. The big man Bamba gives it off to the rim, layup no good, put back in.
Oh, what a follow by Brandon Randolph.
Hunter missed it, Randolph didn't, and it's a 3-point game with 2 minutes to play here in the first.
I like the way the big man took the ball and dribbled up court, kind of leading the break briefly. And he also altered that shot just prior to that.
Alter gives to Mccluskey at the top of the key. Now it's Alter on the elbow, and Goodman. They clear out for Goodman. Drives, tried to kick, deflected away. Now it makes it this time to Whitman. Whitman poked away, out of bounds. It will remain Germantown Academy basketball with 1:38 to play in the first quarter.
So far, Bamba has blocked 2 shots and changed 2 shots.
Evan Eric Longino inbounds.
How'd they get that pass in?
Goodman from the free throw line. 14-9.
This GA team is a championship team, as we have mentioned. They are the Interac champions 4 consecutive years.
Reddish gives on the right elbow to Bolden. Now it's Randolph. 5 points on the day.
Wow.
Make it 7.
Impressive hang time with a bank shot for Brandon Randolph.
6 seconds to play in the quarter. Alter gives to the top in Goodman. Alter once more on the elbow. Bamba out on him. Hand off to Goodman. Or check it, that's 33 Longino. Bailey Whitman with 33 to play. A long 3 is good. Devon Goodman. 17-11.
Goodman with 8 quick points here in the first quarter. 2 threes.
Goodman has been as good as advertised. Randolph can't get it to go, but what a rebound. And 2 shots for Cameron Reddish.
We're going to have a foul.
I think it's on Goodman.
I believe you're correct.
That's his first, team's first, and Cameron Reddish to the free throw line to shoot 2. Gets a shooter's roll on the first. (17-13).
Full house here at Penn Charter High School. William Penn Charter High School.
4 seconds. Goodman dribbles it off his foot, taken away. Bolden from half court.
Heck of a shot. Wow.
Just wouldn't go. We've played one high-octane quarter here at Penn Charter. Westtown down by 4 to Germantown Academy. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network, presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
Well, after one quarter, the score stands at GA 17 and Westtown 13. These are some of the best basketball players in the Delaware Valley in the Philadelphia area, which is certainly a hotbed for high school basketball, some of the best in the country. And what you're seeing here is the PAISAA Championship. It goes back, this is the 10th year at that time in 2016 since it was established, and it is a state championship, although most of the teams come from the East Coast. Some of these players that you're seeing went on to great careers later on. Mohammad Bamba, Cameron Reddish, Brandon Randolph on the Westtown side, and Devon Goodman, Kyle Mccluskey, and Evan Eric Longino, amongst others in this game, went on to great college careers. And also to mention along the way there, Kyle Mccluskey was a superior quarterback for Germantown Academy. He was a 9-letterman, 4 in basketball, 4 in football as the quarterback, and 1 in track and field. He averages 15 a game in this season. Devon Goodman for Germantown Academy, averaging about 19 a game, and Evan Eric Longino at about 16 a game. So a lively first quarter. I enjoyed watching it. I'll be back in the second quarter to go over some more statistical analysis and game items of interest. See you then.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866.
17-13 our score as we're set to start the second quarter with Germantown Academy in front of our Westtown. With Jack Cap, I'm Mike Samsel.
Exciting first quarter, 4-point lead for GA, and here we go.
Kyle Mccluskey, active in the first quarter, gives it off to Alter, and now Goodman. He had 9, make it 12.
He's
Pure
impressive.
from way downtown.
That's 3 threes by Goodman. He's got 11, leads everyone.
Bolden on the right elbow, being hounded by Goodman. Now gives it off on the left side, and Cameron Reddish. The big man, Bamba, no good. Mccluskey runs out.
First time they went to him, Mike.
Goodman gives the corner. Another baseline drive, kick to the top. Alter, nice move around the defender, lost the basketball, gets it back, able to give it off. Left corner, Mccluskey, count it. Controlled chaos, and it's a 10-point lead for GA. Bolden with 7 minutes to play before halftime, being guarded by Whitman. Gives right side, Randolph to the rim. He'll shoot 2. Gabriel Alter was there defensively. But Brandon Randolph, who has been the best player in white today, leading scorer with 7 points.
First foul on Alter.
Randolph will shoot one more.
He's got 8 points.
Got it.
From Yonkers, New York, Brandon Randolph.
He's one of the smaller players at 6'6".
6'6".
Mccluskey kicks. Alter swings to Goodman. Drives in. High arcing floater, no good.
Again,
rebound controlled by Reddish.
Again, the shot was changed by the presence of the big man.
And there's Bamba with the dunk. 23-17.
We recognize his defense. He drops down his first dunk and 2 points of the game.
Alter inbounds, and it's Goodman. Pressure in the backcourt. Pass deflected, but makes its way to Whitman. Gives right corner. Here's a three. No good shot missed that time by Longino, but the rebound controlled by Whitman. Gives to Mccluskey. Long deuce. No good. Bamba the rebound. Nearly stolen by Goodman. Reddish able to gather and gets across the logo. Randolph, right side. Three. Hunter. No good. Rebound out of bounds. But I believe they're going to call a foul first.
They're going to have a rebounding foul, it looks like, on Brandon Randolph.
The foul on Randolph is his first personal, team second. And GA wants time. 5 minutes and 58 seconds to play here in the first half. Our score, Germantown Academy is in front 23-17, and Westtown, their student section, has been on their feet most of the day. And they're quite rowdy right over our right shoulder as well.
Yes, they're very excited, and it is a full house. They just asked the fans to move in a little bit because it is standing room only, and the fire chief has been alerted to keep his distance from the East Falls area. He's not invited. It's a big crowd, in other words, and a very excited crowd. Great atmosphere here at the William Penn Charter School, the oldest high school, I believe, in Pennsylvania. 1689 it was founded, Mike.
Wow.
1689.
Were you here for the opening?
I was just born a couple years later.
All right, got it.
And William Penn himself founded this school. William Penn himself.
Goodman across the logo, 5:50 to play here before halftime. Works his way off to the elbow and swings now for Longino. Back to Goodman. Drives baseline, poked away. Last touch by Reddish.
Well, there was some interesting movement there by Goodman. He was really trapped in the corner, was able to salvage it with a tip out of bounds.
Longino will inbound. Goodman with 5:35 to play before halftime. Dribbles at the top of the key. Longino underneath. A drive from Mccluskey. Tries to finish over Bamba and can't.
And that's the fourth time Bamba was a presence in regard to shot selection.
Bolden puts up a floater at the rim.
Beautifully done. Just a great floating finger roll.
4-point game, 5:05 to play before halftime.
Bolden showing some skill there.
Goodman dribbles at the top of the key. Longino back to Goodman. Longino. Bolden, the defender, in his face. Mccluskey gives back to Longino. Alter just running corner to corner on the baseline, perhaps looking for an open look. Instead, the look comes for Whitman. No good.
He got the spot he wanted. He got the shot off. He was short.
Bolden. No good.
Oh, man.
Bamba swats the rebound out of bounds, and it will be a Germantown Academy basketball.
Bamba was way up in the air there with those long arms. Almost was able to salvage that.
Devon Goodman across the logo. Gives to Whitman. 4:15 before halftime. A three from Goodman is no good. Rebound swatted back to the point. Mccluskey won't go. Bolden gets the board this time.
Great
Backdoor
pass.
cut. Great attempt, but no good for Leonardo Pettit into the game for the first time.
Great pass. Very difficult attempt by Pettit.
Finger roll, no good. Mccluskey denied by the front rim. Bolden the other way. Gives it off left side. Drive to the rim and a fancy reverse for Brandon Randolph.
That's the second impressive athletic move by Randolph. He is very, very skillful.
It's a 2-point game, 3:30 before halftime. Longino gives it off to Goodman. Whitman now gives to Alter. Jumper for Mccluskey. 25-21. Westtown head coach Seth Berger barking out the instructions as it's Jair Bolden across the midcourt stripe. 3 minutes before halftime.
Coach Berger in his 9th year at Westtown.
Bamba gives back to the top. Bolden left side. Randolph. My goodness, has he been spectacular today.
Wow, that was also very impressive.
It's a 1-point game. Goodman across the logo. Alter in the right corner. Guarded by Randolph. Gives to Mccluskey. Longino. Mccluskey and Goodman. Germantown looking for an open chance. Mccluskey to the rim, fouled by Reddish.
Might have been, let's see who gets the foul here. Might have been Bamba.
It's on Cameron Reddish.
Yes, it is.
His first, team's third. And the first free throw from Mccluskey is good. Re-entering is Naja Hunter. Will replace Leonardo Pettit.
Mccluskey with a quick 8 points early in this game.
Missed the second, Bamba the rebound. Reddish the other way, 2 will tie it. Rejected by Mccluskey.
Excellent work by Mccluskey.
Longino on a fast break to the rim, no good. Mccluskey's putback is 28-24, 2 minutes before halftime.
Mccluskey in the right spot at the right time there.
Reddish to the rim. He'll get credit for it. Bamba was there to make sure it would go either way.
Bamba nearly touched it when it was on the rim. That would have disqualified that basket and a basket interference if he had.
Goodman with 1:35 before halftime gives to Longino. Now 25 is Gabriel Alter. We'll see how long Germantown holds with 1:20 before halftime. Longino, jab steps and circles back beyond the arc. Drives on Bamba, splits the double team but can't get it to go. Reddish the rebound, gives to Randolph, poked away, out of bounds. It will remain Westtown basketball, but nice defense to poke it away. Cole Stewart into the game for the first time for Germantown Academy. The first substitution we've seen all day. Bamba. Foul called as Mccluskey tried to contest the inbound. Just the 6th foul called in the first half. Each team has 3. Nobody has 2. Into Bamba, tipped away by Mccluskey, but it gets back to Bamba with a 2-hand flush.
That's going to be tough to stop that inbound pass to the big man.
Game tied at 28. Timeout Westtown. 1:03 before halftime. It's a 60-second timeout, so we'll step aside as well. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network, presented by Payroll Service Solutions. Germantown, the champions, out of the Interac, and Westtown out of the Friends League. This is the PAISAA State Championship game.
And it is a shame that these two leagues do not play in the PIAA Championship. They have their own independent association. They love it here, but I would love to see these teams against the big-time teams in the state, some of whom we have just covered recently. I'd love to see those games.
Yeah, who wouldn't love to see a Germantown Academy Newman Goretti game?
I'd pay to see that.
Well, last night you had to.
That's right. Well, yeah.
In the District 12 championships
And
here on the Sports Fanbase Network.
That's right. Down went Newman Goretti in a shocker.
Del Val Charter the 3A champions. Turnover by Germantown Academy. Bolden gives it right side to Randolph, back to Bolden. Brandon Randolph here in the first half. 14 points. Number 2 in white. He stands just off the lower right of your screen. Bolden dribbles right now, defended by Storm. Reddish gets it back to Bolden. Westtown will hold for one shot with 15 before halftime. Cole Storm there defensively.
Some fancy work there.
5 seconds remains in the quarter. Bolden to the rim. No good on the layup. Mccluskey the rebound and will go to halftime. Tied at 28 between Germantown and Westtown. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
So we have a tie game at halftime, 28-28. Westtown making up from a 4-point deficit in the first quarter to tie this game. Mohammad Bamba held to 3 baskets, all 3 dunks, by the way, for Westtown. Brandon Randolph is lighting it up. He has 14 at halftime. Brandon Randolph, the 6'6", 175 junior with the 46-inch vertical leap. On the Patriot side, the GA side, and by the way, even though we have Germantown shown on our graphic on the screen, we do know the difference. It is Germantown Academy, not Germantown or Germantown Friends, for those who are interested in that aspect of the terminology. Devon Goodman lighting it up. He has 11 at halftime, looking very, very sharp and going to the hoop with some spectacular moves. Kyle Mccluskey with a quiet 10 points, very efficient player. We talked about him before. He's the only player in Philadelphia area history to have 3,000 yards as a football quarterback and 1,000 points as a basketball player. Another little interesting fact on Mccluskey. Jair Bolden held to 2. Cameron Reddish, somewhat quiet. These are the Westtown players, has 6 at halftime. And we move into the third quarter here. Again, the score is 28-28. Very few fouls called in this game. Some of the players with 1 and nobody with 2. Interesting point there. And also very low turnover statistic for both teams. A cleanly played game for the most part. Mohammad Bamba is altering shots, blocking shots, and has a goaltending, and yet GA is not afraid to challenge him. So it's a great game, as we were looking forward to. We will see you after the third quarter.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY.
Over Shipley, who's become somewhat of a dynasty here in PAISAA.
Yeah, Shipley's done very well this time of year, the past several seasons. Having Shipley here is not a surprise. I'm actually the head basketball coach at Friends Central School, the girls' coach. We played Mercersburg last Saturday, lost at the buzzer. I knew Mercersburg would be a very good team, and it should be a very entertaining game today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, here at William Penn Charter, this is really a great venue. The fans have came out. Just talk a little bit about how Penn Charter serves as the host for this tournament.
Sure. Well, we've done this tournament since 2007, and we've alternated the sites for the last several years. It's been at Malvern.
Okay.
Before Malvern Prep, it was at Penn State Abington, Penn State Brandywine, and a few other venues. So we try to rotate it just so that it's sort of one school doesn't get burdened with hosting. As you can see from the crowd today, huge crowd. Sure. We want to make sure that load gets shared by the school member schools in PAISAA. So Penn Charter offered to host it this year, and they've done a very fine job with it.
Yeah, they certainly have. Phil Annis from PAISAA, the girls' chair, joins us here at halftime on the Sports Fan Base Network. And Phil, just tell us a little bit about the history of this tournament as well.
Sure. Years ago, and continuing, there were independent tournaments for, I'm going to miss some, I'm sure, baseball, cross country. I know that's wrestling. I know that's 2 or 3 tournaments that were independently run throughout the state. Back in 2007, the Interact League and the Friends Schools League got together and decided to try to unify and bring these tournaments under one umbrella, since that's when PAISAA was formed.
Right.
And since 2007, these tournaments have been under PAISAA, and we have, I think, 16 championships we run now.
Phil, this has really been a fantastic day of basketball. I know you're the chair of girls PAISAA, but tell us some of your thoughts on this first half here in the boys' game.
Oh, I think it's a very entertaining game. Westtown, I think, has a lot of talent. They play a very open court kind of game. They get up and down the floor. Germantown Academy is so disciplined. Both teams well coached. 28-28 is very entertaining, and I hope the second half will be just as much fun.
All right, Phil, thanks so much for a couple minutes. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our score here at the half is knotted up between Germantown Academy and Westtown. We'll be back here on the Sports Fan Base Network. 4:09. Being joined here as we're set to start the third quarter, Josh Verlin from City of Basketball Love hanging out with us for a little bit. Josh, thanks so much for coming over. We appreciate it as always.
You know I'm always happy to join on with the SFBN crew.
This one sailed way out of bounds for Westtown, and it's back to Germantown Academy. Josh, have you been a little surprised about how this game has played out? Mo Bamba not able to get much going on the offensive end.
No, I'm not too shocked, especially after Episcopal was able to play these guys even through the first half yesterday. And if you just look at Episcopal versus GA is much more physical. They've got a little more size. They're quicker, especially when you get Devon Goodman at the point guard position. So, I'm not too surprised. I was telling a bunch of people yesterday, while I still expect Westtown to win this game, I think GA would give them a much better game than Episcopal did yesterday, losing by 14. So, kind of par for the course for what I expected.
That's Josh Verlin from City of Basketball Love joining us here early on in the third quarter. GA in possession with Alter having it poked away and stolen. The other way, Reddish gives it off to Bamba. There he is.
Yeah, and that's the advantage you have in a Mo Bamba, is that even if you're not getting him the ball, you know, he can make plays like that. GA doesn't have anybody who can finish above the rim with that kind of ease.
Goodman across the logo. Gives right side, Longino a jumper. And it's tied at 30. Bolden moves the other way for Westtown and sets up on the right elbow. Into the lane, Hunter gives it across. Bolden will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Not just here, Josh, but last night we had the District 12 championships on the Sports Fan Base Network, and we had a huge upset with Delval Charter knocking off Newman Goretti. Talk about that game.
Yeah, I think Newman's still feeling a little bit of a hangover from that Catholic League championship when they lost to Rome, and talked to Carla Arragale today as Rasheed Brown committed to Florida Gulf Coast, and he just thinks they were just in a little bit of a funk. The other thing to consider is that the District 12 championships just don't have the same meaning that the District 1 championships do. And to a team like Newman Goretti, who has their eyes on that state championship, I'm not really sure that their full 100% effort is going to be there for a game that isn't as big as the Catholic League or the district or the state run.
Goodman gets it back at the top of the key and over on the left elbow, Longino. Swings back to Goodman. Splits a double team over Bamba.
He is so good. And I really have to say his shooting ability, Devon Goodman's that is, spot up, off the catch, off the bounce, has improved so much over the last 12 months. He's going to a Penn program that really, wow.
Goodman a chance for a three-point play.
Perfect timing. The kid has just gotten so much better. Penn really got a steal in him.
Yeah, they certainly did. He's going to be fun to watch playing inside the Palestra for the next 4 years.
And when you add him to a backcourt that already includes current freshmen Jake Silpy and Jackson Donahue, the three of them are going to be a lot of fun for the next 3 years.
Free throw, no good. Bamba pulls in the rebound. Bolden brings it across the logo. Bamba at the top, now swung over to Reddish. Into the lane, tough finish around Kyle Mccluskey.
Talk about guys that have been getting better over the last year. Cameron Reddish, now 6'7", filling out into that frame Maryland offered the other day. He's going to blow up this summer.
On the right elbow with it. Longino pops the three. Front rim won't go. Bamba the rebound. Here comes Westtown again, looking for the lead for the first time today.
Brandon Randolph didn't hit a three yesterday. It's already at least his second today. I got here a little late, so I don't know if he hit one really early, but if he's hitting shots, they're so much more dangerous.
Westtown 36, Germantown 34. Goodman with the answer.
I'm telling you, the kid has become such a better shooter.
37-36, 5:05 to play here in the quarter. Bolden kicks left side, Reddish. Jab steps, Longino steps out on him. To the rim, and one. Naja Hunter with a chance to put the Moose up by 2.
Had 17.7 rebounds yesterday. Seth Berger said it was the best game he'd ever seen Hunter play. Another guy, when he came to Westtown, had high major offers, and he hasn't had quite the same few years that Bamba has.
Free
he's
throw
playing
good.
really well. Sorry, he's playing really well.
It really is. I mean, you're watching, what, 7, 8 Division I players on the floor? Goodman fouled.
Something like that. I mean, depending on where Longino ends up. Mccluskey is a high major football player, but
Right.
he probably would be a Division I basketball player if he wasn't a football guy. You know, Gabe Alter's going to Colgate as a walk-on, so he kind of counts as half.
Right.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have talked yet about the toughness of Jair Bolden, but he's getting shoulder surgery on Monday.
Oh, wow.
He's got that left
That's the
shoulder.
sleeve,
yeah,
yeah.
the sleeve. He actually thought he was going to be out for the season in January. Doctor said you can play through it if you want. He's playing through pain, has been, and, you know, just a tough kid for Westtown to know, 2 days from now he's going under the knife.
Yeah. Jair Bolden guilty of the foul that time. GA needs a bucket to tie things back up. But what a half, plus 3 minutes for Brandon Randolph. Down in the post, Longino kicks it back out. Alter on the left elbow, resets with Goodman. Swung left side, Longino steps around Bamba. Hard foul, but an offensive foul. They'll say the contact came first with Naja Hunter. Longino gets the offensive foul running through Hunter. And possession back to Westtown.
Hunter making a lot of those unsung, those little plays, had some big offensive rebounds last night, finding his role with this Moose.
Reddish underneath. Randolph, wonderfully done. Finish at the basket. 41-37. Timeout, Germantown Academy. We'll take a timeout as well here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Josh, give us a plug. 41-37, Westtown out to a 4-point lead over Germantown Academy. Jack Cap rejoins the broadcast, and Cap, a high-octane first 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Sure, it was. I certainly is, and I'm sure it was great to have Josh on, the most knowledgeable basketball guy in the area.
Goodman across the midcourt stripe gives it off at the top for Mccluskey. 4 minutes to play in the third. Alter on the deep right elbow. Reddish guards him. Goodman once more. The former, or the future, Penn Quaker. Goodman. Nice work.
God, that's got to be.
That's going to be a charge.
That is a
on
tough,
Goodman.
tough call. And guess what? I think it's accurate. I think it's the right call.
That's the third foul on Goodman as Bolden steps in and takes the charge.
Not many referees would make that call, but I think Christian had that correctly.
Referee Chris Centrone with the call as the inbound pass nearly stolen. Bolden gets it back, right corner for three. Mccluskey the board.
Going back to that play, time and distance are not a factor in calling a block charge when the player has the ball, and Chris knows that because I taught it to him. He was my student.
At least you were humble about it.
Yeah, about 14 years ago, I got him started in officiating, and he's done very well.
Goodman, what a finish. 2-point game.
He's exceeded all my expectations.
Reddish on the right elbow. Drives in.
Oh, baby.
Two-hand jam for the big fella. The 6'7" sophomore puts Westtown up by 4.
And definitely an entry in our play of the game possibilities.
Longino. 1-on-3. Bamba alters the shot. It's out of bounds. Possession will remain with Germantown Academy. You know what? We could always overrule it, so let's call that tonight's Stoll Agency play of the game.
Pretty good.
Stoll Bonds and Insurance specializes in the construction business industry. For all your bonding and construction insurance needs, go to their website, StollAgency.com.
Yeah, we've overruled it before.
Left corner 3 from Woodman is a huge one. And it's a 1-point game.
Big time shot by Whitman there.
Randolph. No good. Reddish the rebound. And one.
Reddish is the man. What a play by the 6'7" sophomore.
Foul called on Evan Eric Longino, his second, team's 5th.
Very
to make it a
exciting.
2-possession game. Reddish.
Very exciting move by Cam Reddish out of Norristown, PA.
Devon Goodman with Naja Hunter waiting for him at the stripe, brings it across the logo. Off a screen, Goodman one-on-one with Bamba. Lost the ball. Randolph. 6-point lead for the Moose.
The Moose is loose tonight, and they are looking good.
Goodman
So many options.
underneath, able to get it out. Here's a 3, no good. Missed that time by Alter. Reddish, down court, out of bounds. Germantown Academy basketball.
Right in front of our booth here. Good call by referee Jim McMahon. GA ball.
Goodman brings it across the midcourt stripe with 1:20 to play. His team down 6. Whitman gives right corner to Alter. Whitman once more. Mccluskey. Rejected. Goodman the rebound. Longino makes it a 1-possession game again.
Longino with a big shot after a 5th block shot by Mohammad Bamba, in addition to his 8 altered shots.
Bolden gives right side to Reddish. Randolph from way downtown, no good. Underneath, put back is from Hunter.
Hunter with a great offensive board and right back up with the basket.
30 seconds to play in the third. 50-45, Westtown in front. Goodman will hold for the last shot. Westtown content to let him have it. Whitman gives right corner. Alter back to Mccluskey. Loose ball. Mccluskey gets it back. Here's a 3 from Whitman that's no good. And the rebound controlled. Half court heave from Hunter. No good. And we've played 3 here at William Penn Charter. Westtown 50. Germantown Academy 45. You're watching the PAISAA Championships here on the Sports Fanbase Network, presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
GA falling behind by 5 in this quarter. At the end of the third, it is the Moose from Westtown 50 and the Patriots from GA 45. Play of the game, Cameron Reddish, at that time a sophomore, with a penetration on the right side and a slam dunk finish. He liked it so much that he came over to our monitor after the game and asked to see that and watched it several times. He's a future NBA player at that time, now of course playing in the NBA. Very few subs. In fact, nobody off the bench has scored for either team. An interesting factor, very low turnovers in this game. Brandon Randolph continues to scintillate with 21 points. Really looking good for the Moose. And on the Patriot side, on Germantown Academy, Devon Goodman matching him with 20. Spectacular performances by both of these players, also with big futures from both of them. I'll discuss those guys and everybody else after the game in Where Are They Now? Don't turn us off. Keep it on, and I'll summarize everything for you after the fourth quarter.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866.
50-45 our score, Westtown in front as we're set to begin the fourth quarter here at Penn Charter. With Jack Cap, I'm Mike Samsel, and Cap, what a fun game this has been. This is absolutely living up to the hype.
Yeah, certainly meeting the expectations, even going beyond that. I'm very excited. There's a great atmosphere, two top teams in the state, if not the country, seriously. And something interesting happened at the end of the third quarter there. There was about 12 seconds left, and the fans of Westtown started screaming 9, 8, 7. They were
trying to throw off
and
the
guess
GA.
What? They did throw them off.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Evan Eric Longino will inbound.
Bad ethics, though, I guess. I don't know.
That's all student section stuff.
Yes,
Longino gives right corner to Whitmore. Now back to Longino. Goodman at the top. Same five on the floor for Germantown Academy as has been most of the day. Very few substitutions in this game. Mccluskey on the right elbow. Gives to Goodman. Longino to the rim. Over Bamba, but couldn't get it to go. Reddish. Spin move, tough shot. Beautifully done by Bolden.
A very tough shot. High degree of difficulty, to say the least.
Timeout, Germantown Academy.
Boy, this is great basketball, Mike.
Jim Fennerty not happy with the officiating. With 7:14 to play here in the fourth.
And I'm glad I took that class in lip reading, because Jim Fennerty just said, get control of this game. I read his lips.
Interesting.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Well, I work at the Pennsylvania School for the Deaf occasionally, and I did kind of study that a little bit.
Have you seen anything that has been out of control that would have drawn Fennerty's ire?
No, actually, no. I don't agree with him. But it's a line that's used by coaches, of course. You know, get this under control. Trying to get into the referee's head. I mean, Cintron's a young referee still, but he's got a lot of experience. He's not going to take that. It doesn't bother him at all. It rolls right off his shoulders. Now, there might have been a foul, you know, in certain places here that weren't called, but I think it's been a very evenly ref game, and I think it's been reffed nicely. So that's my 2 cents.
A 7-point lead for Westtown.
Bamba has now altered or changed 9 shots. I've been ticking them off and blocked 5.
Wow.
That's a big-time presence, and he's not totally polished.
No.
But he is certainly a giant specimen of a kid.
Longino gives the Goodman left corner. Back to Longino, 7 minutes to play. Germantown needs a couple of stops to go with a little offensive run, but they're more than capable of both. Great cut underneath, Goodman out of bounds. Westtown basketball.
Oh, my. Look at that play.
Bamba the putback.
Bamba loves to do that, and he just showed some real skill and athleticism on that follow.
Germantown Academy starting to struggle a little bit as there's a turnover back to Westtown. Reddish, chance for a three-point play.
Reddish.
An 11-point lead for Westtown.
Reddish is going to have 2 more great years at Westtown. He is a very finished player right now. They're very lucky to have him.
Reddish can't hit that one. Rebound controlled by Mccluskey. Goodman dribbles with 6 minutes to play in the quarter. Alter, now Goodman once more. Fouled. You know, we were talking about Mohammad Bamba and him being ranked 4th in the country as far as juniors go.
Yep.
Some of the schools to offer: Arizona, Connecticut, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisville, North Carolina, St. John's, and Syracuse. That's not even all of them.
And that's every big school in the country that would have an opportunity to get him, and they're going to go after him. He's a big-time prospect, only a junior, by the way. So we're going to see this Westtown team next year, I'm quite sure, in this final again.
Longino to the free throw line to shoot. The first free throw from Longino is good. He'll shoot one more. Longino also only a junior.
Yep.
This will be a big summer for him as far as where his college career will play out.
He's a very nice player. He's got some nice size, both height and in strength.
Jair Bolden across the midcourt stripe. Gives to Reddish. Germantown pressing on defense. Bolden to the rim. Kicks it back out. Well done. Naja Hunter gives to Bamba.
Nice pivot work by Bamba.
Yeah, good ball handler for a big man.
They've been working with him. They have been drilling him. That's great footwork.
Reddish drives. Backdoor cut. Hunter blocked. Rebound. Randolph. What a finish.
Wow. That might be the Stoll Agency second play of the game right there.
Longino. Woo. Rejected, but foul called as Goodman will go to the line to shoot. Contact from Reddish.
Reddish's second foul. And interestingly enough, if my statistics are correct, only the 7th team foul in the entire game for the Westtown Moose. 7 fouls the entire game.
Wow, they say no shot, so it'll be GA possession on the other side of this timeout. 5:01 to play here in the 4th. You're watching the Sports Fan Base Network, presented by Payroll Service Solutions. You can keep up with the Sports Fan Base Network 24/7 on Twitter. Just go to twitter.com/the_SFBN. With Jack Cap, I'm Mike Samsel, 58-47, Westtown in front by 11.
Now that last play, just before we went to break, it was called a non-shooting foul because I think the player chose to pass right at the end of that move. And I think that's why it was called a non-shooting foul.
Germantown Academy will inbound. Goodman will inbound.
17 fouls for Westtown, 9 team fouls for Germantown Academy. Only 16 fouls in the game.
Alter gives back to Goodman. Now Longino. To the top, Goodman drives. Left corner, big three for Alter. Oh, and he buried it.
Yes, he did.
The Patriots needed that one.
That's his first basket of the game, and it's a big one.
Randolph. Reddish, left side. Drive for Bolden. Can't finish. Rebound controlled by GA. Longino Kicks left side, now to the top. Whitman gives to Goodman. Oh, he buried it. We got ourselves a game. 58-53. Press on the inbound. Reddish able to get away. Bounce pass across to Randolph. A 7-point lead for the Moose.
Devon Goodman with 23 points for GA.
Alter gives to Mccluskey at the top. Back to Alter. Cuts in, bounces out. Goodman, Alter, three. No good. Bamba the rebound. Here's Randolph. Oh my goodness. Timeout. Germantown Academy. Woo! A 9-point lead.
Can I say whoa, Nelly on that one?
62-53 our score. Westtown in front over GA. And just before the break, Brandon Randolph bought the house down.
What a dunk. I mean, we saw a great dunk last night by Nazir Bostic, but this one was better.
Yeah.
This kid can really fly, and he's got 28 points. 28. What an impressive performance by Randolph.
Devon Goodman with 3:18 to play. GA needs a few stops and a few big buckets.
Yes, they do. They need to get back in this game right now.
Goodman. Longino gives to Mccluskey. Double team rolls his way. Longino, no good. Longino gets it back to the rim. Foul by Bamba.
That's a good call.
Brought the arm down. If he would have stayed straight up and down, might have got away with it.
That's right. He put his arms over the shoulders of Evan Eric Longino, who will go to the line for two. That's the first foul for Bamba.
Wow.
That's really.
I mean, impressive ball handling skills, impressive body control.
I mean,
you could see why this kid is as good as advertised.
And he's playing within his limitations. He's not the most fluid offensive player, but he certainly can get up and certainly can slam.
Longino will shoot one more.
In fact, all three of his baskets have been dunks.
The Patriots are within striking distance. This one is far from over. Randolph gives to Bamba. Now over to Bolden. Hunter kicks it back out to Reddish. Westtown going to move into somewhat of a four corners. GA goes for the steal. They nearly get it. Randolph went for another big dunk and instead was fouled by Mccluskey. The foul on Mccluskey is his second, 2 at the free throw line for Hunter.
Nobody in foul trouble to speak of.
Randolph hits the first.
$30 points for Brandon Randolph of Westtown.
Goodman with his team down 9. Gives to Mccluskey for the Patriots. Longino. Goodman swings right side, Alter for 3. They needed it, but it wouldn't go. Bolden the rebound. Bamba fouled. Oh, you could almost call that one intentional on Goodman if you wanted to.
I was just saying how nobody was in foul trouble. Well, now Goodman has 4, and he had no choice but to foul Bamba there because that would have been another slam. First foul shots for the big man.
Pretty smooth motion, too.
Not bad. Kind of behind the head on the release point, but that's okay. His rhythm was very good.
He'll shoot one more.
Oh, he's been spending time here on this. Yep.
Longino the rebound. Goodman. Boy, I can't believe he got to the rim to even get the shot off. Alter can't keep it in bounds. 1:51 to play. And the Moose have the Patriots on the ropes.
Yes, they do. 10-point lead, 1:51 remaining, as you see on your scoreboard.
The Westtown fans seem to think it's over as there's a 5-second violation on the inbound. So it will be a Patriots basketball, and maybe not. Longino. Tipped away, but it gets to Goodman. Kicks left side. Here's a three from Mccluskey. Not over yet.
His first basket is second half. He's got 13, but he has been impressive.
Trouble for Bolden.
That's a big trap. He's on the line.
And it's GA basketball.
A cluster of bodies on the floor.
Players need to be separated a little bit underneath. Is Chris Cintrone in there talking to the Westtown team. Timeout, GA.
You see Seth Berger arguing for a call.
It is a full timeout with 1:36 to play. Oh, maybe not. To put the players right back on the floor.
They're just going to bring the ball in heel out of bounds. We've seen a lot of that lately.
Longino to inbound. Into Goodman. Goodman drives. Blocked by Bamba. Bolden is fouled in the backcourt. That may do it.
Mo Bamba has gone La Bamba. 6 blocked shots, 11 altered shots, 7 points, and a slew of rebounds also. Great statistical day. Played within his limitations, as we have noted. And they are not a lot, his limitations.
Bolden misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Longino crashes into Bamba. And Mccluskey gets the putback in one. Don't throw the dirt on him yet. This free throw could make it a 4-point game. We talked about Brandon Randolph. A number of D1 offers already, including Louisville.
Mccluskey at the line.
No good, loose ball.
Well, they needed that one.
Randolph, 1-on-4, kicks it out to Bolden. 74 to play.
Here. They do not need to shoot.
Bamba gets it across to Reddish. Why not foul the big man? Instead, they'll put Reddish on the line for 2.
Double E Longino's 3rd foul. There was
double
no
bonus.
No reason to shoot there.
No, certainly not.
No, and they pulled it out very smartly.
Reddish will shoot 2 as it's the 10th team foul. It's still a 2-possession game. This free throw is huge. And good. 3-possession game, 65 seconds to play. Goodman down court. Alter. Hands it off and gets it back. Longino. A reach-in foul.
Tough foul.
Bolden, the guilty party. The 3rd will put GA on the line for a 1-and-1.
Very quick call there on the touch foul.
Evan Eric Longino at the free throw line.
Perfect. Oh.
Out of bounds off of Bamba. It remains GA basketball.
GA will have an opportunity here, 51.1 left, to get it a little bit closer.
Timeout taken by the Patriots with 51.1 to play. GA in desperate need of a bucket. 67-60, Westtown in front over Germantown Academy. With Jack Cap, I'm Mike Samsel. It will be GA possession out of the timeout. And inside Penn Charter, this is the possession that may decide the game.
Two big-time names on the bench for GA. Assistant coaches Jonathan Haynes, former Germantown Friends player, and Alvin Williams from Germantown Academy, Villanova, and the NBA.
Mccluskey will inbound. Cameron Reddish guards. They get it in. It's Longino.
Wow!
Blocked by Bamba, but a foul.
Okay, the foul was
They'll
not on
give it
Bamba.
to Bolden. That's his fourth personal.
Well, I didn't see it because I was watching Bamba. The fans didn't like it, but Bamba had quite a block shot there.
Longino at the free throw line, shooting foul. This will be 2.
The foul must have been underneath.
Now it's on the shooter, Longino.
No, I mean it must have been
He
underneath.
hit the
where
first.
I was watching up top where Bamba blocked the ball.
All right.
So I just didn't see that.
2-possession game with 48 seconds to play. The deficit is 5 for GA. Bamba fouled immediately. This is smart by Germantown Academy. Make the big man win it from the free throw line.
Right, that's the guy you want to put on the line.
This will be just his 3rd free throw. He's 1 of 2 on the day. Mccluskey picks up the foul, his 3rd. Team over the limit.
He looks good. He looks
does.
very good in the free throw line. He's very calm. He's been chewing gum all day.
Bamba to make it a 3-possession game again.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
No stress at all.
No.
Goodman drives, steps back. Oh, my, what a move. 5-point game. Fouled is Bolden. 35.4 to play. Germantown Academy is going to need some help from the Moose if they want to get back in it.
With some missed foul shots. That last basket, was it a 2 or a 3? I was blocked out by the fans.
It was a 2.
Thank you.
First free throw from Bolden. Lead is 6. Westtown. Ice water running through their veins at the line thus far. Another big one. Oh, it won't go. Longino gives it off left side, gets it back to the rim, blocked by Bamba. Foul called. Mohammad Bamba picks up his 3rd, and it's 2 shots at the line for Longino.
I was just about to give him a blocked shot also. Tough call against the big man, Bamba.
He'll shoot 2. Five-point game.
Germantown Academy refusing to go away.
GA still needs a stop or a turnover. Missed the second, Bamba the rebound, fouled immediately. So again, because of that missed free throw, if Bamba hits both, it's back to a 3-possession game and time running out.
That would put him 7 points up. Bamba calmly walks to the line.
Timeout Westtown. Interesting strategy here from the Moose.
Yeah.
Somewhat icing their own shooter.
I was just thinking that same thing, but they must have some strategy to discuss in the huddle.
This is the PAISAA Basketball Championships here on the Sports Fan Base Network. This is the first time we've had an opportunity to do the PAISAA Championships here on SFBN as well. And what a great day it's been here at William Penn Charter.
It's been a great day, and as I started to say, very exciting, great atmosphere, big-time gym, big-time teams, and certainly some spectacular athletes, to say the least.
And we thank PAISAA very much for letting us be a part of this wonderful afternoon for the first time here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
I've always said Interact and Friends League basketball is great and on a par with every other league in the area. And it is, if not better.
Out of the timeout, Bamba at the free throw line. If he hits two, it would pretty much ice it. 27.2 to play.
And there's a funny picture right there. Chris Cintron, who stands about 5'5", about to give the ball to 7-foot-tall Mo Bamba. Oh yeah, Mo. You show him.
This to make it a 7-point lead with 27.2 to play. No good. Goodman across the midcourt stripe. Gives it across. Mccluskey back to Goodman behind his back. A three. No good. Loose ball foul on the rebound. It will remain Germantown Academy basketball, it appears. Oh, no, it won't. They're going to call the foul.
The other way, 2 shots.
On Longino. Naja Hunter to the line. Longino picks up his fourth. One free throw would pretty much ice it. So you're saying there's a chance. 72-65, 16.3 to play. Whitman gives it across. Goodman lost the ball. Still loose. Mccluskey for three. Rims out. Rebound. Bamba fouled. And that should do it. Mohammad Bamba will go to the free throw line. The Westtown faithful, the Westtown bench rise to their feet. And as we queue up our Lloyd Sixsmith Sporting Good Player of the Game cap, there is absolutely no doubt about it.
I say Brandon Randolph, even though Mo Bamba had quite a game, but Brandon Randolph was just incredible.
Finished with over 30 points today, did Randolph.
I think exactly 30. How about that?
Bamba will shoot one more, 6.6 to play. Germantown Academy gets some substitutions into the game. Same goes for Westtown.
A smile crosses Bamba's face.
One more.
He's
good.
Smooth, baby.
6.6 to play. Here's a long three, no good. Ball game over. Westtown, the PAISAA champions.
Look at this explosion of fans on the court. And standing above the crowd, the big man, Bamba.
73-65 our final. The championship belongs to Westtown. Mo Bamba and Seth Berger share an embrace. We'll come back with the SFBN postgame show right after this.
So in the PAISAA championship, Westtown walks away with an 8-point victory, 73-65. A well-played game all around with some really fantastic players. We'll get into that in just a minute. Very few turnovers, 8 and 7. 8 for Westtown, 7 for Germantown Academy. Not many fouls called in this game. Nobody fouled out. At 5:01 of the fourth quarter, only 17 fouls against Westtown and only 9 against GA. That's before GA started taking fouls at the end of the game, which they were forced to, obviously, because they were behind. Great game by Mohammad Bamba. We mentioned it during the broadcast. Lots of block shots, intimidations, change shots, etc. Just great defense all around. He ended up with 14 points. He averaged 14 points for that season, 11 boards, and 6 block shots also. Cameron Reddish with an 18-point game, looking very, very smooth as a sophomore. Brandon Randolph for the Moose ends up with 30 points. What a game by Brandon Randolph. On the other side, Eric Longino with some aggressive drives to the hoop. Lots of moves from Eric. A corkscrew, kind of a weird release shot, but sometimes effective. Kyle Mccluskey ended up with 15. A very solid basketball player. And as we mentioned before, a great football player. Father played in the NFL, by the way, and his mother was a big-time track and field athlete. Devon Goodman for Germantown Academy ends up with 25, a super, super game by Devon Goodman. Let's talk about where these guys ended up. We'll stay with Devon Goodman. He was a University of Penn player, 6'1", 170. He was the MVP in the Interac in that year, his senior year. 1,201 points for his career, 20th all-time in the Interac, 19 points per game that season. A very good student and a great basketball player. Kyle Mccluskey was a junior that year, 6'5", ended up playing some football, but also some basketball in college. And Eric Longino went to Westchester University and then just recently transferred to Kutztown. Played well for Westchester, not really sure why he transferred. Ended up second in the history of the Interac to Alvin Williams in number of points scored, 1,658. On the other side, Mohammad Bamba, number 6 in the NBA draft, plays currently for the Orlando Magic. 7'9" wingspan over a 7'1" body. The longest wingspan over height in NBA history, and the fastest three-quarter court sprint time for a big man in NBA history. Cameron Reddish, number 10 pick for the Atlanta Hawks, just recently played his rookie year, went from 6'6" to 6'8" by the time he grew up. Has a 7'1" wingspan, average about 10 a game for the Hawks. Jair Bolden for Westtown ended up at GWU, George Washington University, and then transferred to South Carolina. Had to sit for a year because of the transfer protocol. Brandon Randolph, who had the best game of everyone and was our Stoll Agency play of the game, he ended up in the NBA G League. He played for I'm not sure who he played for in college. We missed that one. But he's 6'6", 175, playing in the NBA G League, and he is a player who has a possibility of getting into the NBA. Couldn't find anything on Najah Hunter. Disappeared. And that's about it. 4 straight Interac championships in that time period for GA, a PAISAA title in 2010 and 2013 for GA, PAISAA title obviously this year 2016 for Westtown, and a number of others. They continue to be a power in the Delaware Valley, if not the best team in that area and the state. Seth Berger is the coach, now in his 13th year at Westtown. Jim Fennerty spent 29 years, I believe it was, at GA and did retire last year. Great coach, and had 504 victories, over 205 losses in his career. That's the summary. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you at the next game.
The PAISAA state champions, 73-65, our final. And Jack, this Westtown team, man, are they unbelievable. Just a ton of talent on the floor at almost every position.
And as we mentioned previously, just to say it again, they probably would win the state championship for PIAA also. I don't think there's much question about that. Brandon Randolph ending with 30 points. Mo Bamba had 12. He had 6 block shots, 12 altered shots at least, and I don't know how many rebounds, probably 12 to 15 rebounds. What a big game for him. 6 points for Jair Bolden. 8 points for Naja Hunter, 12, I mentioned for Mo Bamba, 17 for Cam Reddish. That takes care of the Westtown victorious Moose.
The
And
Moose.
The Moose
Finish up.
have won this game, yep.
And the Moose, PAISAA state champions. A thanks to everyone in the Pennsylvania Independent Schools Athletic Association for having us on hand, as well as our great crew for SFBN and the great crew here at William Penn Charter School for all their help and hospitality. Our producer this afternoon has been Mark Indelicato. Ari Bluestein is the executive producer of Sports Fanbase Network. For my broadcast partner, Jack Kapp, I'm Mike Samsel. Again, our final 73-65. Congratulations to Westtown, the PAISAA state champions.
Thank you for watching this edition of SFBN Classics. We hope you enjoyed that game. Please like our Facebook page and also follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And for more information about us, go to www.thesfbn.com. I'm Ari Bluestein. Have a good night.